Okay, so these are our telekinetic wine glasses. Now before we do the magic trick, let's remember what it is that's going to happen here. You might remember from our previous video, Splish Splash Spouting Glass, we showed that if you wet your finger and run it around the rim of a wine glass, you make the glass sing or ring. We call that resonance. My rubbing finger is actually making the glass vibrate, and those vibrations are creating sound waves that we hear. And they're loud because we call that resonance. A little bit of energy going in produces relatively large vibrations. That's resonance. And if you remember from Splish Splash Spouting Glass, if we filled the glass up to the top with water, you can actually see the standing waves that are produced in the water, and it actually makes it splash out. Now we're not going to do that today, but we are going to show you with a straw that, in fact, this glass is vibrating when we rub it. You can very clearly see the straw bouncing. Okay? Now, we want the glasses to communicate each other. In other words, I want to take this straw and I want to put it over here, and I want to make it, of course, I could make it vibrate if I rub that glass, but if I rub this one, as you can see, nothing happens. But maybe we need some of the magic water that's in this glass that made the straw bounce. Let's get a little. So let's dip it in there. Let's get a little bit of the water. I'm going to add it to this glass. Now we have some of our magic water in there. Let's see what happens when we rub the glass now. Well, how about that? Now the straw is vibrating. Let's set it over here so you can see a little better. Clearly, I rub the glass on the left as you look at it, but it makes the straw bounce in the glass on the right. And of course, now that we have magic water in both, I could just as easily put the straw over here, rub the glass on the other side. That works even better. So what's going on? I'm sure you figured out this isn't really magic. Well, what's happening, it's that resonance again. What we've done by adding just the right amount of water to each glass is to tune the glasses, just like you would tune two musical instruments. We're making them play the same note. If you listen, that's the same note. If I take some of the water out though, it'll be a different note. Let's put the magic water back into the first glass. Listen to the notes now. This glass is playing a lower note. It means it's vibrating slower at a lower frequency. And because of that, the vibrations from this glass aren't exciting the vibrations in this glass. We need the two glasses to resonate at the same frequency. And that's why we had to put the water in here to get that same note. Again, if you see, nothing. Nothing. But if we put just the right amount of water, and of course I had to do this by trial and error to find, just by adding a little bit of water at a time until I got just the right amount of water in each glass. About this much, I think. Let's see if we can get that straw to bounce again. There it goes. Now, how do the vibrations get from this glass to this glass? And there are two ways that they can do that. One way is when I vibrate this glass, let's put the straw over here, when I vibrate this glass, the glass vibrates the table vibrates the other glass, and we get the vibrations to pass that way. You'll see that if I move it farther away, it's not moving very much, maybe not at all, but as I bring it closer, now we get it to move. If I bring it really close, but still not touching, now it's moving a lot. Of course, if I actually do touch it, then it goes crazy. But I don't need to touch it because vibrations are going through the table and into the glass. But there are also vibrations going through the air. And if we really tune it well, I don't even need to touch the table. Let's see if I can make that straw move. There we go. I'm making the straw move just from the vibrations of air waves. So the vibrations of this glass are sending sound waves through the air. Those sound waves are hitting the glass and making it resonate because they're tuned perfectly. This, by the way, if you've ever seen videos of a singer who can break a glass with her voice. She's singing just the right note, the resonant note, the note that this glass is tuned to, and it makes it vibrate. And if she sings loudly enough, and usually that has to be done with an amplifier. I think there's only been one video that I know of where they used an unamplified human voice to actually shatter a glass. I think that was Mythbusters that did that. Usually they amplify it because they need to make it very loud. They need, if they can get those vibrations strong enough, then the glass will actually break because it's just moving too much. But in our case, it makes a nifty little magic trick. We can say that the glasses are communicating with each other because I'm not touching it. And now you know how it works.